Set the stage, coach.
I'm finna do it, girl.
Yes,
What's up?
I am excited.
Yes.
And I am just thankful to be here today.
I am happy that you're here.
Yes.
And I just want to welcome you here. I am your coach,
Yes.
Centoria Franklin. This is the first podcast for 2025.
I love
and baby, we for the turn up. So this podcast is about everything that involves diving deep into ourselves. I'm telling you, it's about empowerment, real life issues. I'm telling you, like, we're going to inspire change in this podcast. So y'all get ready because God really about to do a thing.
Yes.
So again, I'm your host, Centoria Franklin. And today we have an amazing guest, Wanda Amos. She's an amazing serial entrepreneur. And I'm ready. Are you ready, Wanda?
I'm so ready.
And you don't want to miss this episode. I'm telling you. I want you all to share. So let's make it happen. So if you all don't have a notebook, grab one. Because she is about to give some nuggets, baby.
Yes.
So look, many people see success, Wanda, but not the struggle. They don't see your struggle, right?
Yes.
And what's important is I want you to talk about the biggest challenges that you had to face in your journey. I'm just going to throw it out there.
The biggest challenge.
What was the biggest challenge that you had to face in your journey?
So let me first say, sometimes we think that success is all the glam, all the this and all of that.
Yeah.
And it's not. There are big challenges when it comes to being an entrepreneur. You have to have faith first and foremost.
Oh, say that again.
You have to have faith.
You have to have faith.
So
yes.
that's definitely not a challenge for me. But the challenges that I've experienced and gone through is trust.
Yeah.
Thinking that I can't do things without others. Losing a business and having to start over was the biggest challenge I had. Yeah. So with that, I'm going to be honest, I didn't have an opportunity to grieve at that moment.
Okay.
I had an agency working with adults with intellectual disabilities.
Okay.
That company was, I built it from the bottom, from the ground up. I went from case management to program coordinator to program manager, program director, executive director to vice president. Then fast forward to starting my own.
Okay.
And so when I stepped out on faith to start my own, I had no clue, no idea of where the money was going to come from.
So what was the mindset that you had to get into to go from that?
So I've always had in my mind that I wanted to make a change.
Okay.
In the world, in some capacity.
Yeah.
So I'm one that always believe in helping others. That's first and foremost. I am one, I want to see everybody win. And sometimes that can be a struggle.
Yeah,
because,
baby.
People gotta want it for themselves first. You know, I'm the friend in the room that if you come around me and you tell me, hey, I want to do this or I want to do that.
You're going to motivate them.
My first question is going to be, what's stopping you?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like, why are we not proceeding? Why are we not moving forward? So I'm that person. But in order for us to do that, it first starts with your mindset.
Sure does.
And if your mindset is not there, then you can't get to that level.
Yeah.
So I always had in my mind as a teenager. As a teenager, I had my own candy store. I was the candy lady.
She started when she was young.
At 13, I had a candy store in my mom's home and was very successful with it at 13. So I always said at the age of 13 and moving forward, when I hit 16, I was able to get my first job. But I do not like to be limited.
That's that Capricorn, ain't it?
Yes. That's the goat in me.
Get off me. Don't get your feet off me, man. Yeah.
So I don't like to be put in this box of a limitation of what I can have. Because I love expensive things, first and foremost. I love to have what I want when I want it. Yeah. So in order for me to have those things, it was no other option but for me to start my own business and go into entrepreneurship. So that's where it started for me.
Now, you mentioned that you didn't have any money.
I didn't have, I had
Did you have a little bit, or just?
I was granted a loan.
Okay,
but not the amount that I was supposed to have.
That's good.
Yes, so I just kind of took what I had.
Yeah,
and I said, I'm gonna put it in God's hand. Walked in faith, and the rest came.
And you know what? That's good because like a lot of people are afraid to borrow money. You know what I mean? Like with the afraid, like, oh, I got to pay this back. Yeah. But when you say you have to change your mindset, you went in with faith, and you was able to get capital.
That's
so you took advantage of that and did what you had to do.
And did what I had to do.
I love that.
And fast forward, I built that company, like I said, from the ground up with no assistance. No one but God. Yeah. No one but God. And I had a close friend of mine that also believed in me and did give me a loan. Yeah. But when I say it was a struggle starting that business, Lord and behold, I did not know that all the things that I had to go through to get there, but it was well worth it.
Let's talk about it. What was it? Doubt? What was one of the moments that you said, okay?
It wasn't doubt. It was more so of delegating.
Ooh, I understand that, baby.
Trying to, because when you are building a foundation, and this is an agency, so I'm starting from the ground up. So of course you start off solo in the moment, but at some point you can't do it all by yourself. So as soon as they gave me my license, I hit the ball rolling. And within 2 weeks, I had over 15 referrals.
Oh, wow.
That's really like unheard of. Yeah. But I was like, okay, I'm going to need some help here.
Yeah. That was a blessing.
Yes. And I had my godmother who had been with me from start to finish.
Okay.
So it was me and her. Yeah. But she's my mom's age. And I was pushing her like she was my age. Like, hey, we got to do this, we got to do this. And she was right there. But it was just a trust issue of delegating certain roles to other people that I knew I needed. Yeah. And at times we have 24 hours in a day. Yeah. I would get 2-3 hours of sleep. Mind you, being a mother at the same time. Yeah. So I was saying, God, did I really sign up for this? Like, is this what I signed up for? Is this where I need to be?
That's good.
Is this what you want me to be doing?
That's good.
And so, of course, I had my moments where I was like, I don't know if I'm able to keep doing this because this is a lot, But it just took off so fast. And I was beyond grateful and thankful for that I just was like, my foot is on the gas. I can't stop, So I just kept going, and I didn't let up until I got to where, and I set a goal.
Okay, so tell me about that.
That's always important in business. Yeah. Sometimes we as entrepreneurs, and we as want to be entrepreneurs.
Keep it real.
We got some folks out here that I want to be my own boss. Yeah. But it's things that come with that. And you have to, when they say write it on paper, that's important. You have to write it on paper because when you don't, you're going to, of course, we have to get out there and try it and do it. Mm-hmm. But as you go along, you got to write it down because you're not going to remember everything.
Yeah, because you get to go back to that and reread what you wrote and that was a part of your journey and your faith.
Exactly.
Okay,
so my goal in a year was to get 10 clients, right? Yeah. And within 3 months, I had 12 clients.
Oh, man.
So I was like, okay, God, okay.
He was showing you.
Yeah, so my next goal was, okay, I'm gonna exceed that and go for 20 or 30. Well, fast forward, 50.
Come on now.
So it was just growing and growing and growing. And so I'm one of those people, I'm very spiritual. Okay. And I ask God to always lead me and speak to me and tell me, like, okay, Wanda, this is what you asked for, so I'm putting it in your lap. So what are you going to do with it? Okay. And then we pray about things, but also always remember that when we pray about things, God will give you the tools, but you got to put in the work.
Say that again.
I'm have to put take notes. In the work.
You can't be afraid.
It's not an overnight thing. Yeah. You have to have the work ethic, and
see,
you have
that's
to
the
want
thing.
to do it.
A lot of times, especially in this new generation, everybody want things, and I've experienced that in the past.
Yes.
You want things to happen overnight, right then and there.
Yes.
And then it's like you want to delegate, but then you have trust issues.
Yeah, trust
you know
issues,
what I'm saying? Because like, can somebody do it like me? Right? And so I guess my question in between all of this, and you developing this package for your business,
yes.
and God is sending you the referrals. Was the revenue good?
Oh, the revenue was superb. Oh, my God. Yes,
So
absolutely.
how much did you produce the first year or the second year?
So my second year, I produced $350,000. And yes. And
that's good.
Ending, once my agency closed in 2018, my business was worth $4.9 million.
Oh my God. Can you say that again?
So yes, $4.9 million. I have to say it to myself again. $4.9 million.
Woo! So, one day we're gonna see it. I know I'm gonna see that. Come on, Jesus.
So I mean, but there were hurdles to that. Yeah, so, unfortunately my agency was closed down unlawfully, and but God.
But God.
And so when people say, one thing about me, a lot of people say, you do too much, Wanda. You're doing too much. You're doing too many things. And I say to them, you're not doing enough. Yeah. Because you never know. Of course, I believe in mastering one thing. Right?
Okay, right.
Mastering one thing and then go on to the next. Right. But I had mastered that. So at that point, it was time for me to go on to something else. So when I lost my agency, everything was focused on just that, right?
Right.
But I had some other things that I was working on that was up in the air, like the med spa, which I opened up a med spa, and it's helping people from laying on the table to go get, go get their body done.
Was that the one in Antioch?
In Antioch,
okay.
Yes.
I was one of the customers.
So I started that business, and with starting that, it was like I didn't have a moment or a time to grieve over the loss of the business. So it was like it was like I was in disbelief. You know what I'm saying?
As far as your self-care, because you didn't...
Both. Like, I mean, losing a business in the midst of all that, going through a divorce, had legal issues going on all at the same time. So all of that, taking all that in at one time, it was hard. But the crazy thing is, people to this day, some people still don't know that I don't have the agency because I never let it show. Right? I get behind closed doors and I talk to God and I talk to myself. Like, if I get ghosts, and I'm MIA, then something either is going on or I'm cooking up something new. And it's one or the other.
That's the crazy thing, because I've experienced that one business to another. Yes. It's like, we don't have time to think about it.
That's right.
When my restaurant closed due to unlawful thing and I have to sue my landlords, it was like, okay, what's next? I don't have time to sit down and cry about it. And you know what's so crazy?
We got bills.
We got things to do.
That's right.
The thing about it, I'm a go-getter and I'm a hustler. But I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't know if you could agree with me on this.
I can, probably. Look, I'm sure.
I was going so much to the point, it's like, okay, go, like ADHD type of thing. The guy slowed me down. Unfortunately, I had an accident. You know what I mean? And so I really had to process that. That was the time that I really grieved.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't get up. I can't go like I want. Oh my God, I can't even drive right now.
So that puts you in your thought process.
Oh my goodness.
Now I gotta sit here.
I gotta think.
And process and think about this thing.
About me, who I am as an individual.
And what I'm doing.
What was that like, though?
It was hard. It was hard. And I run through all through, back to over and over again in my head. I'm like, Lord, why did that happen? I still to this day, I'm like, what were you trying to show me? Now, of course, I learned several lessons, and I tell people I've taken a lot of L's. I don't call them loss anymore. I call them lessons. Along the way to help others. For testimony.
Do y'all hear this, new entrepreneurs? Lessons. Not you ain't lost.
We ain't lost nothing.
Lessons.
It's a lesson for your next move to be your best move.
Oh, that's good.
So that's kind of where I stood with that. It was like, okay, Wanda, you don't have time. You got a child to take care of, and you got, I am the one in the family that people rely on. Mm-hmm. So I'm a caregiver to my mom now. My mom was always there, but now I have to bathe my mom. Okay. I have to put her clothes on. She's not physically capable of caring for herself at this point. So taking care of her, being a mom, juggling multiple businesses, going through one business not making the money it needs to make, so I'm having to pull money from this business, and that could be rough. That's a lot,
So how's your mental health?
I
ain't trying to make you cry like that.
Mental health wise, like I said, I get in my corner. I have to meditate regularly now. Meditate and pray to God, because. Just last night, I had a mental breakdown. Don't know why. Just broke down. Just in tears, just crying. Like, wow. Lord, what do you want me to do? Like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Yeah. And having all these different projects. I had a business partner, didn't go well, lost $290,000, and I'm like,
she don't get that back.
Yeah, I can't keep losing like that, you know? Yeah. So now I'm more cautious, because I'm one of those people, I'll just jump at it, Yeah. And have 5 or 6 different things going on at one time.
Yeah, I get it.
Trying to start it all at the same time. And then I had to say, Wanda, you got to back up.
Yeah.
Slow down. Yeah. Slow down and focus. Yeah. And again, I stopped putting it on paper. Yeah. And so by me not putting it on paper, I was able to see, okay, I'm sitting here saying we supposed to put this thing down on paper, and I'm not doing that.
You're not doing this.
So by you not doing this,
you don't
this
see
is what
it.
God, I'm gonna shake. God said I'm gonna shake you up a little bit. So in the midst of it, it's like I'm going through some challenges right now, and to make decisions on several different businesses that I'm doing. But one thing about it is I'm not going to fold.
Oh, my goodness. Come on,
I won't fold under no circumstance.
Under no circumstance.
Because as long as I got breath in my body and I'm able to get the 24 hours in a day and be in this thing called life, I'm going to figure it out no matter what. So that's one thing I can always say. Like, I may go through it, but I'm going to come out of it. Yeah. And I do believe this. Your setback will be your major comeback. Yeah. Yeah. So we have to understand when we lose things, like with your restaurant. Yeah. That's a challenging thing.
It was a challenge. Yeah.
You were booming. Like,
and you know what's so crazy? I remember when I first opened up, let me give y'all a quick testimony. God will show you the people who believe in you and have faith in you. God was sending people to invest in me out of nowhere. Yes. Like, I would have customers that would repeatedly come in, would walk in with $500 checks. Like, here, this is for you because we know what you're doing. Yes. That's why I truly believe don't give up on yourself.
That's right.
Because people they count on you to believe in yourself so they can invest in you.
Yes.
There are a lot of investors out here. And one of the things that I realized when I first started the business, people came out of nowhere again. Yes. I'm a name one. A big shout out to John Smith. He was the first one. He was like,
you need a sign? Yes.
John Smith has always been up for me. You know what I mean? Like, I know he get a lot of backlash, but he's a jewel. Yeah. He is. You say that man came, paid a guy to put my sign up. Big shout out to John Smith. He's always there. I remember when I first started my other podcast. John Smith was the first one to be my first guest.
Wow.
I mean, the guy's always there.
John is amazing.
Yeah, so he's a businessman.
He opens up the doors for me to have events there.
Come on. Yeah.
Anytime I have a birthday party gathering. Yeah. See, that's the thing.
Come on.
That's the thing.
Teach us. Come on.
People, we have to stick together.
Yeah.
He got all that backlash about the, what was it?
The
dinosaurs. I mean, we auntie dinosaurs. Hey, but it is what it is.
I bet you he made money out there.
Course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that to say that he's still standing.
He's still standing.
He's still standing.
He's a calm guy.
And behind that, after all that backlash, he opened up 2 more restaurants.
Sure did.
So when people think that you're blocking a blessing,
nah, you ain't
what
doing
is
that.
meant for you is going to be.
Come on.
No matter what.
Yes.
If God said it's time for you to have it, you're going to have it no matter what.
And the most important things, we have to stop being jealous and envious of one another.
That's it.
Pray for each other. Let each other rise to the top and shine. You know what I mean? I watch Mexicans. Boy, they come together, don't
Mexicans and Chinese. All the time.
They come together.
They do.
We have a hard time as a culture just being strong together.
But guess what? It starts with you and I.
Come on.
So I went to D. Lachey's event.
Okay.
And I got an award for the Coming Out the Mud recipient for 2025, right? And that was one of the things I said, we have to stop and think, like, if we come together as a whole and work together, we could be so much greater.
Yeah.
Like, I have never, and I'm so grateful and thankful for this, I've never had a malicious intention against anybody. I want to see everybody win. And I tell people, y'all, we have the same 24 hours in a day. All of us, we have the same 24 hours in a day to accomplish whatever goal we put our mind to. Now, are there going to be hurdles and are there going to be barriers? Of course.
Of course. Yeah.
But if you really want it,
you gonna get it.
If you really in your heart, you know deep down inside that you want that, you gonna keep going until you get it. Yeah. And it's not a race.
Yeah.
I call it a
marathon, baby.
It's not a race. You have to keep going until.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset of.
Yeah.
And this is another thing.
Come on, girl.
That I want to talk about.
Come on.
I went through this moment of lack of support. From Nashville. Lack of support. People not supporting. Yeah. And some of my friends would say, well, Wanda, they're not supporting you because they think you already got it.
No, that's assumption.
That's assumption. You don't know what my struggle is.
Yeah.
You don't know what
because you could be the strongest one that live
Yes. You don't know if I'm broke. You don't know if I got the money in the bank. You don't know what has happened.
That's right.
So the thing of it is you'll go spend money with the celebrity, right?
Quick.
And they got tons of money and you see it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to us, it's like, oh, I'm not supporting her. She already got this or she already got that. Yeah. And we got to stop doing that too. I'm
gonna give a big shout out because when you said that another person dinged in my head, Danielle McGee.
Yes.
Black business boom.
Yes.
She opened up a community for Black entrepreneurships. I mean, business was amazing. And she was one of the people that sponsored me for my organization.
I love it.
And even with you, you was there for me when I needed it. You was a great encouragement. And so we need that. Like, Wanda is so correct. We need to be there for each other. We need not to second guess when someone say, you know what, come and let me support. Yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Just put it in your heart to do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
I mean, stop procrastinating, y'all. Yeah. I mean, I don't know who loves Trump or whatever, but y'all, listen here. We gotta shift and move and make some things happen because, baby, we got a long 4 years.
Yeah.
And in order for I'm serious. Like,
we gotta believe. We gotta believe in each other.
I have a friend of mine that was working from home.
Okay.
For I think maybe 10 years.
Okay.
And now she has to reshift her whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now she got to go back in the office because Trump said y'all going back in the office.
You got to work, right?
Guess what? If you go ahead and start that business, go ahead and have that faith and know that you can do it.
Yeah.
Then you ain't got to worry about
You know what? That is so true because let me tell you something. Even though I love the community, but it's something about when it devastates me when I clock in. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah. Like, I know I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I was telling my best friend, like, oh my God, it does something to my mind when I have to clock in. So I'm pushing. And that's one of the things that God said on my heart was set the stage, coach, because I want to set the stage for individuals that are just similar to me who wants to elevate more, who wants to achieve success, who wants to be financially stable. They don't have to worry about, oh, I got to pay this bill. I got to use that check. The thing about it is having that faith, like Wanda said, and believing in yourself.
That's right.
And that's really important. Wanda, tell the listeners And anybody that is struggling to believe in themselves, get them some nuggets. Like literally look into as if you looking into the camera. I know you on live, but tell these people what it looks like and what to do.
What I would say is if you have doubt in yourself, get you a coach.
Get you a coach.
Get you a mentor. Get you somebody that can push it out of you. Like everybody's not going to have that mindset to step out there.
Right.
But we sometimes just need that extra push or that guidance.
Right.
And if you get the right person in your corner to coach you along and root you on, then you can do it.
You can do it.
That's what I say. Get you a coach, get you a mentor, get you somebody that's going to pour into you and pull those things out of you. Everybody that's successful and anybody that's trying to be successful, you need to get you a mentor. Because you're not the smartest person in the room. And I will say this, if you are the smartest person in your group, guess what you need to do?
Tell us.
You need to change your circle.
Okay.
Now, we have different circles. You got your kicking circle. You got your... it's business circle.
Yeah.
You gotta move around.
So basically she's saying if there's no more growth, you move to the next phase.
Because my motto is your network is your net worth.
Oh, that's good.
Your network is your net worth.
Remember
that.
Write that down.
So in order for us to elevate and get to where we want to go, you cannot be comfortable. If you're comfortable, that's a problem. You got to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We have to be put in uncomfortable situations in order for us to elevate and get to where we're going.
Sure.
Like, I don't like public speaking, and people don't believe that.
Yeah.
But I said 2025 is the year to thrive.
Yeah.
And I was going to get out in the community more. And when I saw that text message from you, I was like, I called you. And the first thing I said, I tried to get out of it. First thing I said was, I need to get my hair done first. No. I was like, I need to do this. I need to do that. And then something said, Wanda, come on.
See, it was the reason why, look, I chose her to be my first guest. I said, who would I interview?
Yes.
I said, I got to do Wanda.
And I'm so grateful and thankful and appreciate it.
Let me tell you something. Wanda, man, she's a beast out here. I'm just going to be honest with you. She always give me love. I remember when she was doing Candy Cleanse. You still doing Candy Cleanse?
Yes, I got you a little
big shout out to Candy Cleanse. Hey, let me tell you something. This stuff's so fire. Get you some. Tell them a little bit about Candy Cleanse.
So Candy Cleanse is total life changes, and it is wellness products. And so basically, like I stated before, I have a med spa. So let me tell you how I got back into total life changes. So back during the pandemic in 2020?
But yeah.
Yeah, 2020. We couldn't do physical touch, And so all of my clientele, I have to touch. Yeah. And we were forced to close. So, you know me, I'm thinking ahead. Like, okay, what am I going to do to keep the money flowing, right? Yeah. So, of course, I do the waist trainer. So I have the online fitness, fitness waist trainers to help you train a race and snatch your waist. And then I came up with a mini lipo cavitation machine that you can purchase that's in a box.
Okay.
And I did a demonstration and I said, hey, if you all want to pre-order these while you all are missing your sessions, money can go toward you getting this little mini machine.
Okay.
So I came up with that, and then I started doing the Candy Cleanse. Because when you're at home in the house and you stuck, what do we typically do? Eat. We gonna eat.
Especially if you're emotionally eating.
Yes, we're eating and we're just sitting around, not moving our body, doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. I saw these products. NutriBurst is a multivitamin that gives your body all the nutrients it needs. Then we have a detox flush, which is now it's called Candy Cleanse, and it's a flavor. And it tastes so good, it tastes like candy. That's why it's called Candy Cleanse. And then we have a supplement called NRG. That's a short term for energy. It sends happy signals to the brain. Yes.
Okay.
Do it this way right here.
Okay. She's going to open it.
So this is the NutriBurst. So this is a replenish. This is a multivitamin, liquid vitamin that gives your body all the nutrients it needs.
Okay.
This right here, it releases all the bad.
It sure does.
So it helps with your upper and lower intestines, parasites, kidney, anything in the colon, you're going to flush.
I promise it will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we have, I got you some individual packs in here.
Okay.
And then this is the NRG. The NRG is a short term for energy. So for those of you all who are going to the gas station, going to Walmart, going to Sam's, and picking up these Red Bulls, y'all need to get that out your
And
system.
they dangerous.
And it's dangerous. And throw them away. This is all natural. And like I said, it gives you energy. It sends happy signals to the brain. I had to take one today to get me hyped up to come up in here because I have anxiety when I'm getting ready to do things, right? But once I do it, I'm good. Cool. But it gives you happy signals to the brain. It helps burn fat and boosts the metabolism. This one little pill right here. So the 3 of these, you got your release, replenish, and recharge. They all, it's usually 2 that go in a marriage, but it's 3. We got 3 people in a marriage together. They all go together. And these people are losing up to 30 pounds in 30 days. You can lose 5 pounds in 5 days. I gave her a 5-day supply so she can drop 5 real quick and tell me about it.
Okay.
And so maybe she'll get back on board and do what needs to be done with these products. Bring you back.
Bring me back. What that is.
Yes. And another reason I got back in the business because I have the med spa and weight loss. And I know everybody's heard about Ozempic and Mounjaro. That's a big thing. Everybody, the Ozempic bodies, the Mounjaro bodies, I can supply you with that. But we have people that are afraid of that because of the side effects. And one of the side effects is it causes you to be bloated and constipated, right?
Yeah.
So when I saw this bottle, I said, let me check this out. Now, I got my own tea, too, called the Gutbuster tea. And I have a lot of clients that still do that. But y'all know we in today's world. Everybody wants to do what they see is trending. Yeah. What's on TikTok, what they see on social media. So this was the trending thing. So I said, let me try it out and see. And I tried it. And it was good.
Yeah, and it tastes good.
It tastes good. It tastes like Kool-Aid. No lie. Like, but I will tell you this. When you drink it, make sure you at home.
Let me be as a witness. Honey, I'm telling you, don't go nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to be on the toilet.
It's going to kick in 4 to 6 hours after you take it. But it's going to be a gentle flush. And people say, well, is my stomach going to hurt? If your stomach hurts, just look at it this way. That means you have parasites or toxins that's trying to come through. Yeah. So that's why you may have those aches. But after you've gotten those out regularly, it's like a gentle flush and cleanse.
Cool.
And that's it.
So where can they contact you? How can they contact you?
So they can contact me on IG and Facebook as Wanda Amos. Well, on IG, it's Wanda W. Amos.
Okay.
On Facebook, it's just Wanda Amos. We're on the page right now. Yeah. Also, I have Lux Health and Wellness on Instagram, and that's the med spa. And I also have the Invisible Waist Trainers. Okay. That's the Invisible Waist Trainers, and that's where you train a race and snatch a waist. Yeah. And then I also have Wanda Amos, the Business Plug. And what that is for people who are inspiring to be in business or want to start a business, I can help mentor you and coach you along the way so y'all don't make the same mistakes I made.
Let's go.
As an entrepreneur. And if you're needing, like if you're wanting to start an agency like the home health or transitional living houses, grants, things like that, I'm your girl for that. That's Wanda Amos, the Business Plug. So that's it.
Don't forget to follow her and follow me at Centauria Franklin.
Absolutely.
We are here, baby. Set the stage, coach, and I'm doing it.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all follow us. First podcast in 2025.
Pleasure.
Thank you for watching.